how do I, as just a regular Joe who's trying to balance, kids and a family and my job and all these other things,
Right.
but still want to invest in something that's important as this, something as foundational as my worldview, my Christian worldview. How do I dig into some of these facts and these different types of evidence?
Well, let me ask you a question. I'm going to go out on a limb here because I don't know what your interests are. Who won the NBA Finals this year? Do you know? Who won the Super Bowl this year?
You're putting me on the spot.
You're
the
good.
Patriots.
Okay, good. Okay,
yeah,
fine.
Man. See, it's in the moment.
It's
Ask me about baseball. And I'll
baseball.
Yeah.
Okay, so who is the best hitter in baseball right now?
Best hitter. It depends on what kind of statistics you want to go by.
Well, okay,
Aaron Judge for home runs.
We'll runs. Okay, so why is he the best for home runs?
Because he's got the most home runs.
Well, how many do you think he has?
32 or 3 right now.
Wait, do you realize I could ask you to make a case for the best hitter in baseball, and off the top of your head, you're able to do it. You even know how many home runs he's had. Trust me, I'm the same way when it comes to the NBA and the NFL, okay?
All right,
We've had a huge trade month going on in the NBA. I am watching it minute by minute. What I'm saying is we have already cluttered our head with a bunch of meaningless nonsense because we're interested.
Yeah.
And if you want to know what you really worship, let me in your head for about 30 minutes. Because where you've invested your time, that's what you worship, even your thought time. I know because if you look at my podcast that I listen to, they're about evenly divided between sports and theology and apologetics. Oh, really? I feel bad about that. My wife sometimes will look at my podcast list because she's a huge podcast listener too, and she'll say, really? I think I know what you love, right? So I'm not asking for us as Christians to add a whole nother dimension of 20 more hours a week in which you have to do something more than you're doing now. I'm simply asking you to exchange what it is you say you love for what it is you ought to love.
But you have half and half on your own.
Yes, I'm the same way.
So
I'm just like you guys. I'm just like everyone else.
I know you are.
Right. So it's about trying to. Now I may have allocated more of my time, but I could always do better. And what we see is, and I feel bad sometimes. And I think a lot of what we're trying to do, a lot of what we're trying to do is say, hey, let's reprioritize. Let's think about what it is that you love, that we know all of this minutia on, and we're following on a daily basis. Well, why wouldn't that be? I mean, I follow 600 blogs a day that I retweet the best, say, dozen or so articles to my Twitter feed because I want to kind of help people to do it quickly and not have to read 600 titles to see what are the top apologetics blogs today. But that discipline has kept me in the know. So it helps me because otherwise I would get behind. And so if I just make that daily discipline of I have an RSS reader, I simply just read through all 600 blogs and I collect them. If you told me, hey, I'm starting a new blog on apologetics, well, I'm going to put it on my RSS reader because I want to be able to follow you too. So again, I've just tried to make a discipline, a daily practice of if you're listening, for example, or you're watching something to get that home run total. All I'm saying is, and you've got a daily discipline about it. So now we have to develop new daily disciplines that help us. And boy, we're in the information age. It's not hard to do. So you may not say, well, there's no like ESPN for Christian apologetics. No, but there are blogs, tons of them, and there are podcasts, tons of them that are out there. So there are ways to develop daily disciplines now. And I try to do that too. And just use your RSS reader. They're free to download, and you can actually put those blogs in your reader, and then every day you're getting the latest information. And it's now become the exchange for me, where I used to go on a news report or on a news app. I don't do that anymore. I mean, I watch the news tangentially, but to be honest, I spend most of my time scanning through apologetics blogs, hearing what people are writing.
Right. So it's about changing the discipline
your habits.
in which you go into.
Yeah,
So
it really is.